How much should you have in your emergency fund or your sinking funds? Let's get into it. So for your emergency fund, I think about this in two different ways. Number one, we have the safety net. And this is if you have high interest debt that you're looking to pay off, first you need to save up a safety net. And you need to have at least $1,000 in that safety net. The reason for that is because while you're paying off your debt, you want to have a small amount of money to hold you over when unexpected things happen, because they will happen. You don't want to go back into debt when something unexpected happens and then keep yourself in that debt cycle of paying down a little bit, then something happens, you go right back into debt, then you're trying to pay it down, etc. You want to have that small safety net there. Once you pay off high interest debt, or if you don't have high interest debt, you can go fully funded, which is 3 to 6 months worth of your expenses. So to figure that out, you need to go and write down all of your expenses for the month, all of your bills, all of your debt payments, all of everything that has due dates and that you spend money on. Write that up, total it up, and multiply it by 3 or 6 to get your goal. Now, sinking funds are different than your emergency fund, although your emergency fund can be a sinking fund, if that makes sense. So sinking funds are savings for future expenses that you know are coming, or bigger events that you need to save up for in advance, like a vacation. Sinking funds can help you hit longer-term goals, longer-term savings goals, and they can also help you be prepared for expenses that you know are going to happen, like car maintenance. Here are just a few examples of different sinking funds you could have, but these can be virtually anything that you want and that you're trying to hit. So vacation, house down payment, wedding, baby, new car, Christmas, new purse. Like I said, you can set up a sinking fund for anything. Now, how much should be in each sinking fund? Well, that really depends on the goal and what it's going to be used for and your personal goals and wants. For instance, if you were going to take a vacation and you had a $5,000 budget for that vacation, then your sinking fund would eventually need to have $5,000 in it. If you're saving up for a new bag that's going to be $1,500, then that needs to eventually have $1,500 in it. I added a new one here, car maintenance, because in things like this where there's no definitive goal amount, you get to decide how much you want to keep in that sinking fund. So maybe you want to look at your year as a whole and say, what all car maintenance did I have to have? Obviously, you need to get it inspected, registered, maybe new tires, maybe new brakes, etc. So how much would you feel comfortable having in a car maintenance fund that could last you all year? Would it be $1,000? Would it be $3,000? That's really completely up to you and what you're comfortable with. Remember that these are longer term goals, right? And you're not going to automatically have all of these funded right off the bat. But when you do your budget, maybe you can contribute $20 to car maintenance on one check. Maybe you can only contribute $5 to it on the next check. That's okay. The goal is slow and steady progress to eventually have all of these things funded for yourself so that you're in a secure place. All of these things you're going to want to keep in a high yield savings account. Some examples of high yield savings accounts are Ally, Marcus, SoFi, Citibank, Capital One. There's a lot out there. These get a better interest rate than regular savings accounts. So meaning that your money that's sitting in here is making money for you. When you're looking for a high yield savings, make sure that the account has no fees and make sure that the bank is FDIC insured, meaning that your money is going to be protected. When you get these funds set up for yourself and you start really contributing to them and funding them, you're going to realize that your life is a lot more financially secure and you are better prepared for unexpected things that happen, which goes a long way for your finances. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this. You got this, friend.